another webisode, intranet podcast of Parish or Parish. We're happy you could join us again. And, maybe you've had a hard time finding Parish or Parish, and you might have Googled it, and you've come across some imposters, and they're out there. For example, this movie that was made called Parish or Parish. I don't know how they stole our name, but we're not going to sue them or anything. We're just going to let it go.
Although if they'd like to make a donation, that would be nice.
Those are all, or French cookies.
That's
would be very nice.
Little biscuit or something.
You would have to pronounce it. I could just point in the bakery. You tell the lady what we need. So we're happy you could join us again. To start off our time this evening, we have some video clips and greetings from our viewers.
How's your quarantine going?
Good.
You miss church?
Yes.
We miss you too, Kathy. Can we get a nice wave? God bless.
You two are having way too much fun.
All we do is have fun with the two
All
of you.
we do is roar when we watch
You see
that
how we kiss.
podcast.
You are, that makes us so happy. Always good to hear from the parishioners.
I just love seeing your smiling face.
Mine, did you
nice
say?
way.
Or any smiling face?
Any.
All right, fine.
Preferably a smiling face other than Father James's at this point.
Well, yes.
There's only a few faces we're all seeing now.
We have spent a lot of time together for you. This might be the breaking point, these episodes.
Now we have a few little gifts here, Father James. So this first one, these are Briscoe family gifts today, actually.
Oh,
This
really?
first one is from my sister Kathleen.
Really?
I think you're really gonna love
Well,
it.
isn't she thoughtful?
Yeah.
Should I read this outside?
You should.
Oh, okay. Dear Father James, I see you've been receiving lots of baked goods. That is true, Kathleen. Here is something green to help balance things out. Best regards, Kathleen. It doesn't look baked. It looks like it was a living thing at some point. And I just can't eat something that was alive once, unless it was a cow. Then that's a whole other conversation. Now, what are we supposed to do with this?
So that's a vegetable.
Did you make cookies with it or something?
Healthy people eat those on occasion. They put them in salads.
I'll show it to you. I'm going to keep it in the bag just so we don't have cross-contamination. There it is. Yeah, okay. Well,
We'll
get rid of
that
that.
later.
Yeah, we'll... I thought it was something exciting. When I saw it sitting there, I thought it was a peanut butter chocolate thing of some kind.
Now this gift, Father James, though, I think is probably
That'll be better?
more your speed. Yeah, just pull
Okay,
that out.
all right.
This is from my Aunt Helen.
Oh, Aunt Helen, aren't you thought? Does it all come out?
Oh yes.
Oh, I have to take it out. Oh, I'll bring it out all together. Well, I can't do it. I've broken it now. Here.
There you go. Turn it.
Yeah, I will. Look at that, huh? And what would be, let's say, a full-figured Franciscan without lettuce inside? No, there's no lettuce in here. Look at cookies. Thank you, Aunt Helen. We'll save one for Aunt Lucy, too, Brother Jordan's aunt.
Now you see
First we have to have
what's
one,
very
too.
nice about this friar is that
I didn't even notice that.
he even reminds
isn't-
us of the commandments.
Isn't that hysterical? Well, we have to have one for Aunt Helen.
Indeed. You can put
You-
him right up here too. if we
I
like.
will. Yeah, just drop that in back.
Okay. We'll
Just drop it. It's not gonna. It'll follow the artificial green we have here. There we go.
Beautiful. Oh,
Well, that was very thoughtful of Aunt Helen. There we go. He could be a regular feature on the set now. Is that right? That's right. I know a few Franciscans that look like that. Not the CFRs. They're much more observant. Excellent cookies. Almost makes me think I could have a leaf of lettuce, but not really.
Let's not push things.
Isn't
Well,
that funny? He
we-
looks great next to St. Dominic there.
They're friends. Look at that.
They
St. Dominic is much skinnier. Yeah, he's very healthy.
He was always on the go. He didn't have to manage a parish in Providence.
We have another little announcement. Novena cards are available for our Mother's Day Novena.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? You can pick them up in the church office, or some cards are available in the back of the church.
Yeah.
If you like, call us or send us an email. We'll send you cards as well. So we can include all of our mothers in the Mother's Day Novena.
I can get rid of that little note now.
Godmothers. Oh, you just...
I told you to put the plant back there.
You know who's going to clean that up?
Brother Jordan. Don't tell him, though.
We'll save it for a few days.
His next guest appearance. He really likes Parish or Parish. We're doing this on the sly, sort of, without him, because he keeps showing up thinking we're recording at those times.
Invading.
Well, it's our little clubhouse here in the rectory, so...
Now, we also, on Sunday, had a very special occasion. We were able to celebrate Mary Garvey's 90th birthday.
On this glorious Sunday day,
Isn't it amazing?
we celebrated Mary Garvey's birthday, and I hope that I make 90 myself.
You're not? Happy birthday, Mary!
Happy birthday, Mary!
We miss you! Happy birthday, Mary. What a wonderful woman she is. Beautiful family. We were so happy to do just a little drive-by. We did not leave our vehicle. Gave her a little blessing from the car. Oh, we were so happy for her.
We have a little guest segment here. We have a few guests on the show today. Brother Jordan, as you know, is not with us, but we have a few other friars who have some words to share with you all.
So we're not appearing on an episode of Parish or Parish. This is just...
Yes, of course you are.
Well, welcome to Parish.
Yeah, when do we start?
No, that's
When do we
not
start?
going to happen there, buddy.
No, when do we start? Hello, Father Henry, Father Clement, and welcome to our edition of Parish or Parish. Happy to have you. What's
Just to
that?
be clear,
Yeah.
we are on closing the social distance right now.
We're not.
Parish or Parish.
No, we're on Parish or Parish. You can see this is our regular fireplace chat, and we have to have cookies today for our conversation. And I'm glad you're not here, Father Henry. We'll actually get to taste them.
How nice. How nice. You see, we just excused the novices who are finishing lint rolling our habits and refilling Father's coffee here. So we're ready for our conversation.
Well, please move it along. We're on a tight schedule here in Providence.
I can understand that. Absolutely. But you know what? I have to say that after you all started doing this Parish or Parish broadcast, which shows the strength of the New England diphthong, really. Then
Actually,
What did you just call me?
it's not really a diphthong; it's just a vowel. But still, mea culpa.
All the same. Forgive me for calling you out on some grammatical error. Yeah. Okay. Father Clement, you always were my favorite novice. I want you to know that.
For all 7 days.
And they were glorious days.
But what a formative experience! What a formative time that was.
You're telling me.
You see, so for the benefit of our viewers, Father James Sullivan, in addition to being a beloved presence in all sorts of places in the province, was the novice master for both Father Patrick and for myself. And for 7 wonderful days of transition, Father Clement, too. Now, Father Clement only had him for a week. Father Patrick and I did for a year each. And so
a year and a day.
If you notice the occasional twitching, then you'll understand why. But that does kind of bring up the subject that I wanted your wisdom on, Father James. You know, I remember distinctly you telling us at the beginning of the novitiate year, listen, you guys will go crazy at some point. You'll just start getting angry for no rational reason. You'll find the brothers take turns being the bane of your existence. You'll hate the way they turn their pages in their breviary, or the way that they mop the kitchen floor, or the way that they do anything. And then you got to ask yourself, is the problem with them, or is it with me? I think that I've been thinking about that a lot lately, not just because the problem is still me, but
it is, Henry.
Because
the problem is you.
In a real sense, everybody's a novice these days. We're all stuck in the same place.
I think we all agree that the problem's you.
Hey, let's focus on the question.
We were focusing on the problem.
Well, you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution, and I'm happy to be part of the problem.
I just think it was beautiful, Father Henry, to see you appearing on the show here in Providence today, that you would still willingly subject yourself
Happy to have
to more of this on Parish or Parish.
You guys will really make our episode perfect.
Well, I'm glad something will finally.
It will. It will.
It's not our production quality.
It's time for a cookie? Is it time for a cookie?
Yeah,
Look at these great cookies we got today.
I like the container. I'm all about the
nice.
container.
It's a good use of Franciscans to hold our cookies.
Thou shalt not steal.
Okay.
I'm
just going to take a half one because I had a half. Look at that.
His little paw.
Delicious. Just like a big honey pot.
Yogi Bear in his picnic basket.
Exactly.
Hey, boo boo.
Precisely.
Well, what are your thoughts, Father Henry, on being a novice again, the closeness of life, the difficulties, we find once again?
Listen, the thing that I remember when, I get in this kind of mode of being frustrated here in the house, or just being trapped, not having the normal priestly routine, is the truth that in the end, it's about our friendship with Jesus, and to quote a wise novice master, if he's not enough for you, nothing will be.
And isn't that the truth?
It is the truth. It is absolutely the truth. And I think that is a profound spiritual reality, And so it's good, though, to have the self-knowledge that, especially when our routines are disrupted, when we're living in one place, feeling kind of trapped, oftentimes our emotions will be like a roller coaster. And you'll go from feeling kind of morose to being really upset for no reason to just all over the place. And it's as much a feature of where you are and the limitation on your will to be able to do what you want.
It's true. And early on in this time, when did you get a stay-at-home order in Ohio?
Yes.
It was March 16th, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We stopped having masses March 17th, and then the stay-at-home was maybe 2 weeks after that or something. But I thought early on in that time, just like I wouldn't call it a novitiate, but I know what you mean by that. It's like you think, oh, this is great. All the distractions of my life I won't have to deal with anymore. Traffic, long lines at this, having to do work, not just those who've lost their jobs, but even work at home is different. It's not the same interaction. But then you realize, well, my sins are still here. I still have the same disorders, so I can't blame all those other things, which I spend most of my time doing. Like once you left my life, Father Henry, I thought it would be happy. It wasn't. No, it was the same. And then, the class that followed you, that didn't go any better. So I thought, oh my gosh. But I think the spiritual benefit is to be able to recognize that this disorder within ourselves, that can only be fixed by the Lord. And maybe that's the great fruit of these days. Not that we want it for itself, but to be more mindful of his role in putting us back together. Not ourselves, not other people, not solutions here or there, but Christ, the only one.
Clement makes fun of me because I love making my lists. I love having the plan. I love figuring out what the action items are, the schedule, everything. It's a lifestyle. It's great. But the thing is,
It's an obsession, Father Henry, more than a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Obsession. Like the time Father Clement, he came in, like the first month I had meetings with the novices and I asked them questions. And then the next month I asked them another question. And one question I asked him, Father Henry, was, what books have you read this month? So he stammered and, they were all conservative political books or whatever. And I said, well, you may want to read a book of, mystical poetry or something, or a prayer. So the next month, he loved the New York Times, sprawled out on his bed, eating white chocolate fudge dipped Oreos, limited edition. They were a classic. But he comes with at the next meeting following the book question meeting, we're all set. I said, well, that's good, Brother Henry. I'll see. We'll talk next month. And he goes, oh, and he pulls out his little list. And he says, you didn't want to know what books I read this month? I said, no, I asked you that last month. And he had all the little things written down, Father Clement. It was so annoying.
Why did we ever agree to this?
No, we're happy you could be on Parish or Parish. This really, it is a great addition.
Delusion. I'm happy
a great addition.
To delude yourself, but I want to invite you to that self-knowledge, which after all is the cell which St. Catherine describes, and the light is on for you, Father James. Self-knowledge. You are on Closing the Social Distance, a far more established program nearing syndication. Okay, so,
You should just invite him not just to close the social distance, but to St. Gertrude. I'll even put holes in the box. We'll mail them out to you.
They don't send toxic substances by mail. You have to sign off for release.
You just put a little hazardous material sticker on it.
Precisely.
Excuse me, I have to cover up the Franciscan. You want another cookie, Father Henry?
It was my lazy boy, by the way. It was my chair that I was sprawled out on reading the New York
Any
Times.
flat surface you could find was good enough for you.
On the following meeting, well, 2 meetings later, it was like November, I think, during the novitiate year, Father James asked me what had become a kind of standard question for him, so have you decided that Jesus is calling you to leave the novitiate, Brother Henry? And I always just kind of said, no, Father. He said, why? Why? Well, maybe you should speak to him. You spend so much time reading the New York Times, avoiding doing work. Maybe if you talk to the Lord, you'd hear how he's calling you to leave the novitiate. I said, I don't think he's calling me to leave the novitiate. Well, how would you know, Brother Henry? I am his agent, and I'm here to communicate to you.
I tried, Father Clement. I tried.
So I said, Father James, you're going to have to drag me out of this priory. I'm not leaving this novitiate of my own accord. And Father James got quiet for a moment, always unusual. And he leaned in and he said, Brother Henry, don't you think I know that? But that means I can do whatever I want to you. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. It was one of the most horrifying moments of my life. And I leaned back and he said these words. He said, and before you ask yourself, why is he doing this to me? Which was exactly what I was asking myself. He said, you should ask yourself, what kind of person am I to enter a province that would put someone like me in charge of someone like you? Now kneel down for the blessing. And that was the monthly meeting.
But the great lesson, what else did you need?
Again, you also still think this is an episode of Parish or Parish. So that
it is. This is our set here. Yeah. Did you want a cookie, Father Henry? We have some cookies here.
We have a beautiful Jenny Ward icon. You see, this is the difference.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Well, Jenny's not sent us one.
Well, this is on loan. This is
exactly.
Icon.
These are delicious cookies, I have to say. And we want to thank Aunt Helen for the cookies.
I thought you never named. So that's how we know we're on Closing the Social Distance. You named the cookie maker.
No. This is a family relative. It's not someone in the parish. But thank you for watching Parish or Parish, Father Clement. That's thoughtful of you.
Parish and Parish. It's like, there you go.
Go ahead, Father Clement.
The one feature of Parish or Parish that's missing, that disappoints me, is there's no deacon.
It doesn't disappoint us.
He comes and goes. You know how deacons are. They're there when it's convenient, and then when you need them, they're not around.
As a friend of ours once said, never ask a priest where he's been or a deacon where he's going. And that is the great difficulty.
Thank you, Father Henry.
Thank you, Father.
We'll see you soon, and thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you to all of us who joined us on Closing the Social Distance. Keep praying for us. We'll keep praying for you. We'll see you soon.
There's a water here. Would you stop everything he doesn't need to?
The birthday parade. Now, what are we doing right